This is a great example of how thinking about the rules that we could possibly see on these grammar questions can really help us out. This is obviously about verb tense in a certain way, right? We've got different versions of the verb create, but we also want to think about the different types of verb tense questions. And to me, this is a clear example of the to and ing rule, right? We're not really thinking about singulars and plurals here. Maybe with B and D we are, but with C and A, we don't, really have that property. And I know there's no to version here of the word create. It's not to create. But we got that ing and we got other things changing. So this is much more about the structure of the sentence. So let's think about that as we read. The Boston Saloon was one of the most popular African-American owned establishments in 19th century Nevada. Created by businessman William A.G. Brown, the saloon was known to offer elegant accommodations and an inclusive environment. Now, I know the answer, but I also know that that's kind of what it's going to be because it sounds like we're about to start the sentence. We're about to kind of lead into something and introduce something. And you don't just start with verbs, really, unless they're kind of like either sometimes these ing verbs, but in this case, it's more of a description, right? The main sentence here is, the saloon was known to offer elegant accommodations and an inclusive environment. This part with this comma is an intro clause, but it's also descriptive, right? It's a modifier, if you think about that rule. What was created by businessman William A.G. Brown? The saloon, right? So we want to kind of describe it, and if we did, I hope that just B and D sound weird. Creates by businessmen just sounds weird. Create by businessman, like creating, maybe I could see being tempting because we do start sentences with ing verbs a lot. If it said something slightly different, like creating the saloon, comma, William A.G. Brown was known to offer elegant accommodations and an inclusive environment, like that would be fine, but just the order of the words and the thing we're talking about just doesn't make any sense. I do think that this is a question, though, that could be, is pretty easy, and this is one that is also in the easy module. So that's why it's kind of cross-pollinated, but you do have some easy questions, even in the hard module, that's just not like in math where they're in order, right? The easy questions could come anywhere. So that's why I do recommend going to the grammar questions first so that you don't run out of time on stuff like this where it is actually just about hearing the right answer.